Married to medicine, y'all. Hope y'all doing okay. I am hanging in there. I am tired as I can be. We working 60s at my job this week and next week. You know, we're very busy for the Christmas holidays. So, okay, let's get on with it. So they are in Cabo St. Lucas still. The couples, and they're doing the messy questions thing, which they actually are messy and ridiculous, the questions, and I don't know why they just don't ask. I mean, at least Heavenly her delivery is horrible, but at least she's honest and real with hers. When she was hosting the couples trip, she just straight out asked them the questions. On this, they're trying to act like they don't know whatever questions pertains to whatever couple. It's like, we're not that dumb, like, we know, child, like, what's going on, Anyway, they asked the questions about, supporting your spouse and all that kind of stuff. Well, at first they talked about how is it to be in a long distance relationship? How do you make that work? Something to that effect. And Buffy and her man, I think his name is Dave, I think, they spoke on that. They was just like, we were long distance for a while. And I sacrificed and flew back and forth and we just made it work. And Contessa and Scott was whispering over in the corner saying that that's easy to do when you don't have kids, which is true. It is. Long distance relationships are, I've never been in a long distance relationship. I don't think I could do it. Hell, maybe I could. Who knows? Hell, I've been holding out for this long. Maybe I could hold out a little longer. Hey. But, yeah, so I got on the whole Scott and Contessa thing. They got on, the man supporting his wife and the wife supporting her husband. Damon, he was just like, oh yeah. He was like, I support Heavenly 1000%. If she all of a sudden just decided not to do dentistry anymore, then I would support her. And Contessa was just like, it's a double standard. It's more so women that's supposed to support whatever move the man makes. But if the woman is the one that's, up and wanted to switch out and do something different, it would be an issue. And I agree with Contessa. It is a double standard. Damon, he talk a lot, but I'm pretty sure that it would be, a conversation that needs to be happening and a slight issue. Because, it's certain things that men can't take like women can. And it's just straight up and down. Bruno Mars. So, they were talking. Contessa explained a little bit that they were in a long distance relationship when they first got together. She was in the Navy, and that pretty much she decided to leave the Navy, I believe, after the second child that she had. And then I guess they just decided to, go ahead and get together and, make a life for themselves when she didn't even want to leave the Navy. So I was just like, oh, that's interesting. No wonder she feels some kind of way and, has that kind of like chip on her shoulder. Because she's done this before. She's had to sacrifice before and leave. And side note, I don't think that Contessa's really into Scott, really, like that. And I also think that Scott can't really look past his own ways and his own trials and tribulations to support her, because I think that he feels how he feels and that's it. And she's just like, whatever on everything. I don't know, not for nothing, allegedly, it's alleged, but I've always thought that Contessa was into women. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I really think that Contessa would just be happy. It's just, she might, or maybe she's bisexual, maybe. But Contessa, she seems like she hasn't she's not satisfied. And she has not fulfilled everything that she wants to fulfill in life, which is fine. A whole bunch of us have it. But her being so accomplished already, and her already having, 3 kids and a marriage and all that, and she's still not satisfied. She's like, well, damn, Contessa, what more do you want? Did you have this conversation with Scott? I'm going to read a couple of comments since I left a tweet on my Twitter. Right there at this King's World. I got to update my profile picture on here too. So I just pretty much said that Contessa and Scott was long distance when they were together in the first year when they got married. She dropped out of the Navy and didn't want to. No wonder this is hitting her so hard. She has done this before. They really are two different people. They really are. Scott seems more, about family, about home life. He's more, what's the word? I guess he's more settled, more satisfied, and Contessa is the total opposite. Contessa is a go-getter. Contessa don't want to sit nowhere too long. Contessa want to keep going and building, and Contessa want to be Wonder Woman, and that's great. But I don't really think that you can help the world and have kids at home that need you right now. They're at a certain age. They're still young. If they were older and maybe out of the house, then it wouldn't be that big of an issue. But right now, it's just like, it's a lot. I'm not getting emotional. It's talking too much. But yeah, reading some of the comments. Let's see. My girl Tiara Trevera W says, but she didn't drop out until she had her second child. When you have children as a mother, you sacrifice. Amen. Let me see. Lisa Geis, I believe that's her name, says she blames him for dropping out even though she didn't tell him first. I see a pattern with her dropping, quitting her job. And she put in parentheses, which he supported. Dropping school. I think she's not happy within and is searching. It's hard to keep pivoting when you have a full family. Amen. Family Junkie says she is still not ready for kids and it's sad to see. She doesn't seem to have a mother's instinct. Parenting isn't for everybody. I wish more women would realize that before they get pregnant. That's true too. Let me see. Somebody else said Heather AITCH1. I can't pronounce her last name. But hey, Heather girl. She says she probably had a third to seal the stability to justify staying out in her mind. She needs to just be honest with herself that she wants to move around and stop guilt tripping herself and him. That's true. That is true. It is definitely difficult moving with children, constantly moving around, all this other kind of stuff. It's a lot. Contessa, what you want, girl? I know what you want, a woman. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell. I know that's right. But just be honest, Contessa. I don't know. Maybe I don't think they need to get a divorce, but maybe they need time away from each other. Maybe, because y'all can't tell me Contessa wasn't enjoying herself when she was away from them kids and that husband. Contessa was eating Cheetos, eating burritos. Contessa was meeting people. Contessa was out and about. Contessa was doing her thing, child. And Scott, he was sitting at home missing his wife. And Contessa didn't give a damn. Contessa was out there doing her thing. And I think that's great. But Contessa, girl, you done sat here, you done took these old nasty vows. You done had all these kids like Contessa, girl. You knew who you was before you got with him. You knew what you wanted to do, I'm assuming. If you didn't, that's fine. But still, it's just like, girl, you're going to want to keep striving and keep, you're going to be Wonder Woman. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think about this. She walked off. Buffy followed behind her. Damon and Heavenly was talking to Scott, and there you go. Okay. But they are two totally different people, Scott and Contessa. It's interesting they even got married. It is. Maybe she felt like she had to get married because that's what you're supposed to do at a certain age, is get married. And you know, you're supposed to be this as the wife. He's supposed to be this as the husband. So maybe they was just playing the role, playing that American dream role, but that's really not them. You know? Let me see. Jackie had a conversation with Buffy. They were setting up this whole little Simone, she wanted to set up a living single thing for Miss Quad, to celebrate Miss Quad, and you know, just glad that you're here. You're the only single person here. Appreciate you for being a good sport, good effort, whatever. So it was called Living Single, you know, to support Quad. They got Quad this cheap ass crown. I was like, dang, Heavenly, no, Simone knows she can squeeze a coin. I was just like, oh Lord, Heavenly. Why I keep saying Heavenly? Simone. I was like, Lord, she knows she can squeeze a coin. A cheap paper crown, child. I said, Lord, you know, they kept talking about the living single thing. And you know, Mariah always has something unnecessary and shady, and most of the time funny to say. So nobody even be coming from Mariah half the time, child. They just ignore her, to be honest. But you know, she got to throw her little digs in. Child, when they said they announced the living single party, Mariah gonna say in her confessional, she gonna say, she said, if I was on Living Single, I would be Queen Latifah. And she said Quad would be more like Pearl on 227, sitting in the window. Bitch. When she said that, I liked to scream. You hear me? I almost hit the floor. Let me show y'all. I actually recorded it. Y'all, I couldn't even breathe when she said that. I was like, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Mariah, you are a mess. Oh, God, these girls are going to never like you. Let me see. Where is the child? Okay.
A living single celebration. What? What's that look like? Did you hear what I just said? Oh, we're like, what? Who you looking at? Are we talking about what? We're talking about the show, Living Single. Well, it's a pun on words. It's a pun on words. If this was a party about the TV show Living Single, I'd be Queen Latifah. Quad would be like Pearl from 227, hanging out at the window. We just want to show.
Just so unnecessary. And oh, Mariah. Lord have mercy, Jesus. They actually just filmed the reunion to Married to Medicine, so that's, whew. Child, they said it's going to be a mess. They said it's going to be explosive. It might be a battle between Jackie and Mariah. Mariah, your dream is coming true, child. Child. Oh, yeah, I was just like, Lord, Lord, Lord. Okay, what else is happening? They started talking about, you know, threesomes and all that kind of stuff. Because the men had went out. They had their own little separate, you know, bar / restaurant situation. And then the ladies was on the beach. They was eating. So they was, you know, separate at this point. They was talking about having threesomes and all that kind of stuff. Contessa and them was just like, no threesomes over here, child. Because, you know, you invite that into your room. She was just like, that becomes into your world. That becomes your new normal, and you start liking it, and you start expecting that, and you start wanting that, and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, AKA, she done thought about a threesome before. Contessa. Let's be honest, okay? So, let me see, Eugene, I'm talking about, Toya was just like, I don't want a threesome unless it's with Alicia Keys. And Eugene was just like, yeah, they'll probably kick me out of the room. I'm like, yeah, we all know the real Alicia Keys. Child, we ain't got time for it. We all know Alicia's another one. She over there playing dress up. Okay, Alicia, we see you, sus. The real Alicia was when she had them hats cocked to the side with that feather in it and them long Matrix jackets, okay, when she first came out. I keep on falling. Yeah. Sometimes you make me blue. Come on now. Sometimes I feel good. At times I feel used. Loving you, darling, makes me so confused. Yes. Love Alicia, but we know what it is. Anyway. Let me see. The ladies was playing this little game. It was going back and forth. It was Mary, Choke, and Shag. Jack was like, oh, she would marry Will Smith. She would shag. No, she would marry Obama. She would shag Will Smith, and she would choke Tiger Woods. And she was just like, because Curtis is always watching golf. I'm like, that's the only reason you would choke Tiger Woods, Jackie? Not the fact that he's a coon? Okay. But I was just like, oh, all right. A cute little game. Okay, so anyway, the ladies, they decided to, they was just chilling out on the beach doing their thing. So the guys, they were talking. They decided to go to a strip club. They wanted to get revenge back from the ladies when they went to the Sip and See, with all the naked guys. So they went to a strip club. And, they over there in a different country, child. They know they're not from there, the girls, the people that work there. So they know they're going to be all over them. These people got big money. They from the States. And shake some. And that's what them flatback girls did. I was sitting there looking at them. I was like, look at all them little girls over there. All shaped like 11-year-old little boys. I wasn't impressed. I was just like, what is going on? They was all just flat and tired. It's like trying to look like some girls at my job stripping. I was like, get out from down there, Nancy. What is you doing? I was like, Lord. They was all over David. They was, one of them even asked Damon for some sex. I was like, oh, is that what we're doing over here? Is that how we're feeding the children? I was like, all right. I mean, they do that over here in the States too. They got them little private rooms you take the dance off to, do your thing. I was just like, oh, she's super bold, child. She saw them cameras. She got excited. She thought she was going to be a star. Poor thing. So they went back to the, the resort. And they was all talking about it. Contessa was cool with it. Was cool with Scott going. Did Scott go? I think Scott went. I can remember Scott. But she was cool with it. Mariah was cool with Aiden going. Toya was cool with Eugene going. Jackie really didn't have a problem with Curtis going, even though she out of everybody she have the biggest problem, because we all know Curtis like to stray and has a wandering eye, like to pull people in his lap. Okay. The person who had the biggest issue with it was Heavenly, child. She was just like, oh, you went to go see some hoes? Talking to Dave, and he kept calling her buddy. I don't like when he called her. That's cringy to me. Why are you calling your wife buddy? And he's just so cool with it. Just, no, buddy, but call me that, sir. My name is Chase or Chalaki. I was just like, I don't like it. She got pissed off, and so. Every single time they go out of the country, they do something nice for the locals there. They a lot of times they test them for, they get their blood work to, make sure their health is okay. They hand out condoms. They do all kind of helpful things for the community, which is great. They do that. Heavenly came in. She was talking to Jackie and Simone. And she was just like, I just don't like no ass and all that kind of stuff on my man. I just don't like that. I just don't like to see that. I just don't like ass all in front of my man and sitting on my man lap. I'm like, Heavenly, you had dick and balls and male booty all over you a few episodes ago. So what's the problem? Oh, child. And Heavenly be the main one hollering. The Damon is this, Damon is that. Her relationship is this. Her relationship is that. Jackie called that out too, talking about everything that glitters ain't gold, child. I'm just saying, child. Child. One is not as confident as they talk, right? They're not as confident as they seem, darling. They talk a good game, Kelly Rowland. But it ain't nothing but dirty laundry. With that said, is that it? Yeah, that's it, y'all. With that said, I am Mr. Chalaki. Stay tuned for my Real Housewives of Atlanta. Mr. Chalaki on Google+. Follow me at IsKeysWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKeysWorld89 on Snapchat. Chesky on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.